You will never make it past $5,000 per month as a reseller if you do not watch this video. A lot of you guys watching this video are in the beginning stages of reselling. Maybe you're making $500 to $2,000 a month, but you're really struggling to scale up your business. You're posting AirPods on Facebook, you're posting some, clothing on Depop and all that shit, and you're getting decent sales, but you're not where you want to be. The truth is that you never will get to where you want to be if you do not do these 3 things that I'm going to reveal in this video. Now, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Braden. I make over $15,000 a month at only 17 years old as a reseller. Just under a year ago, I was slaving away at a 9-to-5 job, working 50 hours a week, absolutely hating my life, depressed, until I found reselling. I spent my last $160 on reselling, and then ever since then, I've basically scaled it up to over $15,000 a month. Now, if you guys are actually serious about making money and growing your reselling business, you 100% need to watch until the end of this video, because these tips are pretty much non-negotiable if you want to scale, but not a lot of people actually consider them and actually implement them, and that's the reason why they don't make any money. So I'm not going to take up too much of you guys' time. Let's get straight into the video. Now, boys, tip number 1, and this is something that nobody fucking talks about. You need to niche down. Now, what do I mean by niching down? Well, a lot of beginner resellers, what they do is they'll start reselling AirPods, and then they'll start reselling cologne, and then they'll resell clothing, and then they'll resell accessories, and they'll do all this shit at the same time. And bro, that is not what you want to do. You do not want to be selling 50, 100 different products at once, because it just doesn't make any sense. What you'll find when you start to get more advanced into reselling is that every single product takes a certain skill set to sell. It takes a certain marketing strategy. It takes a certain way to think in order to sell that product, because they have different audiences and different platforms that they sell the best on. Instead of trying to become good at everything and wasting your time, what you really need to do is find 3 to 5 high quality products that you know can sell and you can print with, and just get as good at selling those as possible. Especially when you guys start on social media, which I'll kind of talk about later in this video. Niching down is super important, because you need to create a brand for yourself. You need to create a name for yourself. So not only do you need to get good at a couple products, but people need to know you for a couple products. That is why people like my homie Cab is so successful, because he literally just supplies golf clubs, and that is kind of what he is known for. That's why people like Filippo, if you know who Filippo is, he runs a huge Telegram server just supplying like Louis Vuitton cologne, and he makes fucking bank off of it. And the reason why is because he chose to niche down, find an untapped market, and take full advantage of that. And that's exactly what you need to do as well as a reseller if you genuinely want to scale. Now, if you guys are wondering, well, how do I find products to niche down on? How do I find, good winning products? Well, there's a couple different things that you can do. Number 1, you can test out different products, see what you like, see what moves for you, and then once you see a little bit of potential with a certain product, ditch everything else and then niche down on the products that you know can actually fucking print. Or the second option, what you guys can do, and I don't really recommend this, but start dropshipping. Now, dropshipping is not a long-term business model for reselling. It is purely experimental. I do not encourage dropshipping. I think it's the stupidest thing ever. But if you want to see what the demand is for products in your area, see if it's going to sell, see if it's going to print, try to dropship them, pre-list them without having inventory, so you don't have to spend money on a bad product if it doesn't turn out in your favor. And then if it obviously does turn out in your favor, then order a bunch of that product, and you can really kind of lock in on that. I have a bunch of different videos on my page and on my Discord about how to do market research, how to find winning products. So if you guys want more information on that, just join my Discord. There'll be a link below. It's completely free, and it's just a bunch of reselling tips and a community to help you grow with hundreds of other resellers inside of it. So now that we got that out of the way and we understand that we need to niche down, tip number 2 is you always need to be growing your reach. Now, one of the biggest reasons why a lot of you guys cannot scale is because you are stuck selling on Facebook and OfferUp and eBay and Mercari and Depop and Vinted or whatever the fuck you're selling on, or Nextdoor, whatever it might be. And you can only get a certain amount of reach on those platforms, bro. Your listings can only go so far. You can only make so much money. But the solution to this is social media. This is why it's so important to niche down, because you need to create a social media presence. You need to create a brand on social media. People need to know you on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, all these other platforms if you genuinely want to be a successful reseller. When I really started making money and hitting those like $10,000, $15,000 months, it was because of social media. It was not because of Facebook. It was not because of OfferUp. It was not because of local buyers, bro. It was because of social media, because I grew my account. I got people to fuck with me and align with my vision, and that is how I genuinely scaled. Or not only this, but obviously you need to be continuing to grow your reach on social media. As you post, you will naturally reach more people, but especially when you start out social media, you're not going to be very good at content. You're not going to see a lot of results, and that is completely okay, and it's completely expected. So what you guys need to do is every single time you post a piece of content, every single time you make a new post or a new listing on social media or a new story, find a way to make it better. Find a way for somebody to stay 5 seconds longer on your video. Find a way for somebody to want to follow you, to want to DM you, to want to buy your products. And once you start kind of thinking about that over and over and over again, it's going to be ingrained in your subconscious, and every single video that you make is going to be better than the last one, and you are just naturally going to grow. Over the past couple months, my social media has grown a lot, and it's simply because I have been locking in so fucking hard. I'm trying to make the best content possible, trying to, see what works, see what doesn't, doing a bunch of testing, and then that eventually led me to where I am right now. So do not sleep on social media. Social media is better than any marketplace platform because you can literally reach unlimited amount of people. You can reach every single person, almost every single person in the world. Obviously not everybody has phones, but almost every single person in the world who has a phone through social media. Just think about that, bro. You cannot do that on Facebook. You cannot do that on eBay. You cannot do that on OfferUp or Vinted or Mercari or Depop. Social media is the only place that you can do that. So why are you not taking advantage of it? You need to ask yourself that question. If you're not posting on social media, what the fuck are you doing? Now, lastly, bro, tip number 3, and by far the most important tip that you guys actually really need to lock down. I cannot stress this enough, and it is customer service. Bro, the amount of people who scam in the reselling industry, the amount of people who are not trusted ruins it for the rest of us. So if you can get 5 good customers, 10 good customers that trust only you, and you provide them a good service and they refer you to their friends, or they, keep buying from you, whatever it might be, you are going to have a very successful business, bro. Now, what does good customer service looks like? Well, having good customer service comes down to really 3 main things. Shipping. So whatever you say that your shipping is, if you have, 2 to 5 day shipping like me, actually get the products in 2 to 5 days. If it's 6 or 7 days, you know what I'm saying? That's okay. That's cool. But if you're taking, a month, 2 months to ship out somebody's order when you say that you got 2 to 5 day shipping, bro, they're not going to want to shop with you again because honestly, they just don't know what to expect. I'm not going to lie, bro. When I first started reselling, I was terrible at managing my packages. I was terrible at managing my shipping, and that caused me to lose a lot of money and lose a lot of customers. But over time, I've gotten really good at making sure the packages go out, making sure that they go out on their, designated time. And now everybody's happy with the service, and I've pretty much fixed everything that I fucked up when I first started because I was just a naive, dumb kid who didn't really understand the importance of customer service. But trust me, I do now. Now, the second thing that plays into customer service is your quality, bro. You need to have high quality suppliers. You need to have high quality products because if you don't, you are not going to be successful. Like for me, for example, I make sure that all my colognes are super good high quality. Not only this, but I make sure to offer my customers, receipts, Sephora tags. Same thing with AirPods, bro. Super high quality. I got the receipts for these, and if you have ever ordered AirPods or cologne or really anything off of me, you guys know that I have some of the best quality in the entire USA. So that has really helped me scale my business, bro. Investing in good suppliers, spending a couple, extra hours of research, spending an extra couple $100 on good quality suppliers that I'm really satisfied with, and products that I would use for myself. Like I personally have a pair of my own AirPods, one-to-one AirPods that I use for myself. I use hella one-to-one cologne, bro, that I fucking buy from my supplier just for myself. This hoodie is from my supplier, bro. I have a bunch of other shit and clothing that I wear for my supplier, and that's because I fuck with the quality, bro. If you would not use your own products, or you would not wear your own products, or you wouldn't be satisfied with them, you should not be selling them, bro. And it's really as simple as that. So if you have a bad quality supplier and you guys need help locking in on a USA supplier that ships with receipts, has fast 2 to 5 day shipping, and is going to always provide you the best quality, simply go to the link in my bio and visit bk.supply.store, and you guys can purchase directly from all my USA based suppliers, and you guys will not be disappointed because it is literally some of the best quality in the entire world. The last thing that comes into customer service, and I'm gonna have to sit back for this one because this shit still stresses me out every single day, and that is response time and having a good communication system. Now, obviously, if you're not making a lot of money as a reseller, you don't get a lot of social media traffic, you don't have a lot of people hitting your page, bro, it's gonna be pretty easy to respond to people because, you don't have many people to respond to. But somebody like me who gets over 300 DMs a day, bro, oh my God, it is almost unbearable. It is almost unbearable to respond to all these people, bro, and it fucking sucks. What I would say to you if you're watching this video and you are kind of in a similar situation to me, there's a couple things that you can do to improve communications and improve trust without having to respond all the time. Number 1 is having one designated spot that you only use for messaging customers. Now, for me, this is my Discord support tickets. I do not answer Discord DMs. I rarely answer Instagram DMs. I rarely answer Telegram. I rarely answer my texts from customers who have my phone number somehow. All of the people that I work with like directly text me through Discord, unless you are one of my like very high quality customers, which I'm keeping it very real. Like unless you are spending thousands of dollars with me and you're all like, I literally have you pinned at the top of my messages, you're not getting a response, bro. And that's not any hard feelings to you or to anybody else. It's just a simple fact that, bro, I don't have time. I genuinely don't have time. If you guys are struggling with this as well, make one spot for all your communication system and set aside, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour a day at the end of the day just to respond to people and have conversations with people, because that's really going to improve trust. And also, you have to set boundaries for yourself as well, bro. You cannot just let people run all over you, because at the end of the day, yes, we run a business. Yes, we are supposed to serve people and respond to people. Obviously, that is our job, but it cannot get to a point where you feel like, people can start to kind of run all over you and just beg for your time and just expect, instant responses, bro. You have to set boundaries. If somebody who is texting you all day, every day for no fucking reason, and they're not providing any value to you, and they're just being a nuisance and annoying, bro, you need to tell them, bro, shut the fuck up. Okay, maybe not that, but you have to put people in their place, bro. You have to set boundaries. You have to tell people, hey, you have to respect my time. I understand that I'm here to serve you and to help you and to, get you your order, whatever it might be. But you also have to understand that I am a real person, that the person that you see on social media, the person you see watching this video, is a real person. I'm not just a face on a screen, bro. I didn't want to film this video. I didn't want to fucking wake up today and work, but I still did it. And you guys don't see that. You guys don't see, all these other people, all these other big resellers dreading responding to DMs or dreading shipping out packages, but they still do it anyway. And you guys need to be respectful of that, because that's just what it is. But yeah, so if you're in a situation like me where you have trouble responding to people, set boundaries, have one designated channel where people are supposed to text you, and make that very, very clear, and make that a part of your boundaries as well. Like, do not just let people text you everywhere and just continue feeding into what you do not want them to do. And also just set aside some time every day to just respond to people just to make them happy, bro. So now that we got that out of the way, I am going to give you guys one more bonus tip for all y'all resellers if you genuinely want to scale for the end of this video. The tip that I'm about to give you is super, super important, almost equally as important as customer service, but it's going to be reinvesting your profits. I see so many resellers who come to me, they order maybe one pair of AirPods off my website, and then I get another AirPod notification, maybe a week later, and I see it's the same person. And I'm like, bro, you just flipped those AirPods for $200. Why are you only buying one pair? And they just keep doing that and repeating that cycle over and over and over again. And those are the people who are not going to be successful, bro, because they are not taking a risk. They are not reinvesting their profits. And the only way that you scale your reselling business is by scaling your inventory. If you buy 4 AirPods a month and you just continue doing that and doing that and doing that, you're capped at maybe $800 a month max. But if you use that $800 and go buy $800 worth of AirPods, let's say that is, 40 AirPods, you're now making fucking, what is that, like $4,000 a month. You see what I'm saying here? As you start to stack your money and you start to stack your profits, you need to reinvest that into your business, because that is what is genuinely going to help you grow. So I know it's scary and I know it's a risk, but if you've ever sold anything as a reseller, that should be enough proof that this really works and this really is possible. There is no difference between selling one AirPod and selling 40 AirPods. There is no difference in strategy. There is no difference in really anything besides your mindset. It is simply because you are, getting in an uncomfortable position, and it's going to be a little bit harder for you to come to the terms with, okay, I need to actually do this if I want to scale. But it's just repeating that same process over and over and over again at a higher volume. And if you did it once, you can do it as many times as you want. And that's exactly how this works. So with that being said, if you guys follow those 3 tips that I gave you in this video, you will be a successful reseller. You will be able to break past $5,000 a month, and you will be able to be really, really successful. And like I said before in this video, if you guys need extra help with reselling, you guys want a community full of other resellers for completely free with a bunch of reselling tools, tips, help, etc., and one-on-one access to me, I will leave the link to my free reselling Discord with hundreds of members down below in the description. If you guys have not locked in with a supplier yet, or you guys are struggling with your current supplier and you guys want somebody who has faster shipping, comes with receipts, and even has really, really high quality things that literally your supplier wears for himself, I will also leave the link to all my personal suppliers down below in the description that you guys can use. These are all the personal suppliers I used to make over $15,000 a month, and they can help you do the exact same thing. Now with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you learned something and you enjoy the content, I would really appreciate you guys dropping a like, commenting, showing any support to the channel. It means more than you could ever possibly imagine. But to wrap this video all up, I am going to say that you can watch as many videos as you want. You can listen to me talk for as many hours as you want, but if you do not implement it, if you do not take action, you will never be successful. So go implement these things, go niche down, go make content, go improve your customer service, go reinvest your profits, and then after that, come and thank me in the Discord. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys really learned something. I hope you take action, and I can't wait to see your guys' success. BK out.